Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Los First Gen. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute for us, but not for them.
It's been a minute for us, and we out here. We a little bit tired, but we getting it. Getting it.
Also, hopefully you can't see my hairy legs because they're really hairy right now.
She a tan, but
so what is she?
A tan.
So, anywho, welcome back to episode number 23. We have a little action thing now, so we keep track of what episode we're on.
I don't know how to do this anymore.
I know, I forgot how to communicate.
Let's see.
Beep,
we
boop,
just got
beep,
back
boop.
from our RV trip, so that was an experience, a beautiful one and a tiring one.
Yeah, I feel like we are still exhausted from it, huh?
100%. And last night, I didn't get much sleep.
Yeah, so I guess we could start with our drinks.
Yeah, we always do.
I am drinking a Red Bull, you guys. Sugar-free Red Bull.
I'm going to send that clip to your mom.
Stop! I don't drink these often, but I drank them. I drank 2 on the road trip, on the RV trip, and then this one right now because I felt like I needed it or I was going to be very low energy.
I'm just having a Topo Chico and lime.
Because he already had an Alani before this.
Oh, what?
Alani.
Yeah.
An energy drink.
An energy drink. A lami.
A llama.
A llama salama.
Okay, so I guess we can go into the quote because we're going to go into the RV situation. So the quote of the motherfucking week. I already had it chosen because we were going to film. Supuestamente nosotros. We're going to film on the road. Supposedly. When. So I had chosen this before we left. And it is, people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily.
Bathing?
Yeah, like taking a shower.
Oh,
like you can't just take one shower and then it lasts the rest of your life. So it says people often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. So you have to like keep on your motivation shit because it's easy to fall off. And we know, especially right now with our diet, we're trying to get back into it because we fell off for a little bit, right?
Yeah, we're getting back into it though. I had pretty good today. I had my Chick-fil-A sandwich with fruit. That's my diet.
And I am not doing any fast food. Me and my sister are doing this no fast food.
I doing those challenges.
For 75 days. There's no money involved. It's just like, it's just nice to do it with someone.
Yeah.
Than on your own.
Why didn't you ask me?
Girl. You would have been like, hell nah.
Be like, no, thank you.
Yeah. And so today's Friday. Usually we have fast food on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the most part. At least one of our meals. And I was like, that's going to be hard. That's going to be a good one. So today I had a meal simple thing from H-E-B. That's pretty good. It's a pork carnitas bowl.
That's what you had for dinner?
For lunch. Oh. And then for dinner I had potato and egg.
Damn, that would have been fucking nice. Yeah,
Apples, you ate literally right before I was making dinner. He had just ate Chick-fil-A like an hour before or less. And he was all, really? Like, you're not going to make me any?
You're not going to make me any.
Estúpido.
I would have ate it.
So yeah, that's a quote.
Yeah, that's a good quote. I like it. It's true. It's like motivation isn't just like you weren't just born with it, You gotta fucking work on it every day.
Yeah. It's like committing to something, right? Long term. It's really hard to do.
And that shit's hard. It's not easy.
What?
Like keeping yourself motivated and
yeah, I mean,
it's
I feel
work.
Like this week we've been like this.
That shit is work. But it's also hard to go the other route of non-motivation, of doing nothing.
I mean, it's not hard. It's kind of easy to do, but then you feel like...
It's easy to do, but like the circumstances that you're led to are hard.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it depends what kind of motivation you're speaking about.
I don't know. I guess any motivation. Give me something.
If it's like a working out or eating healthy.
Then you're struggling to get back into it because the longer you're out, the harder it is to get back in.
Yeah, unless you just never go back to it.
You never go back to it, then your health kind of degrades. So that's hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Give me something else.
A saggy butt.
It's the same thing as working out. And I don't want no saggy butt.
Well, I gotta do my workouts, my boy, or else I'm gonna have a saggy butt. Just because I have a big butt doesn't mean it stays nice.
¿Quién te dijo que tienes big butt?
You. I know y'all want to know the tea. You have your pros and cons list?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You can start.
I can start?
Yeah. So we made a pros and cons list of our RV trip.
Okay. Pro. It's pretty fucking convenient to have a house on wheels on a road trip. Like, you think about going on a road trip and you're like, fuck, I have to go to the restroom. Like, just fucking pull over and go to the restroom.
Mm-hmm.
You have a kitchen. You have a refrigerator. You have a kitchen sink. You have water, shower, everything. It's a house on wheels. It's fucking convenient. That's one of my pros.
Yeah. I mean, I had the same thing, like restroom on the road. I was like very specific. So you could pull over anywhere and your passengers can actually use the restroom while you're driving.
Your passengers can, yeah.
So I took a shit or a
peed. What do you have to be so graphic for?
I don't remember which one I did on the road. I don't think it was a poo-poo. I think it was pee. Because I didn't want to... Yeah.
Did you poop in the fucking RV? How dare you?
Stop! You're embarrassing me.
You're embarrassing yourself. You're turning all red and shit.
Did you poop in the RV?
No.
That's fucking rude.
I know. I really wish I had.
Okay, guys. Let's talk about
big old fat shit.
He had to dump my poop, you guys. That's gross. And you looked at it?
I was looking for it. I was like,
that's gross.
It's a part of you.
That's disgusting.
I love it just as much as I love you.
Oh. Okay, so restroom on the road, you already said that, so I guess I can go on to another one.
Oh yeah, like, you remember we were going on that fucking lonely ass road, and I was like, bro, I have to pee. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna pull over right here.
Oh, and you pulled over like at an intersection, no?
Oh yeah, but it was fucking dead. Yeah. Like, it was like still. Farm roads.
Still, I was like just watching, like, bro, we want to.
I know you were like, right here. It's like, bro, there's no fucking cars. I haven't seen any cars.
I know, but
and so still. I just pulled over, turned on the hazards to the side too. It wasn't like in the middle.
Yeah, but there wasn't no like shoulder.
That's okay.
So yeah,
just pulled over, went to go pee, and I was back at it.
He sure did.
Fucking convenient.
So my pro.
Go.
Is you can sightsee locations that you possibly wouldn't know of. So when you're passing by things, for example, it's like kind of when you road trip, right? So you're going to a specific destination, say like what happened to us. I think we were going to Eagle Nest. We're I guess we can tell them what the road trip was. So we started in San Antonio, obviously, and then we drove to Lubbock, to
Buffalo Springs Lake
in Lubbock. And then from Lubbock we went to Roswell. We didn't stay in Roswell, we just passed through Roswell, New Mexico. And then from Roswell, New Mexico, we went to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then from Santa Fe, New Mexico, we went to Silverton, Colorado. And then from Silverton, Colorado, we started making our way back. So we stopped in Eagle Nest, New Mexico. So when we drove from Colorado, which obviously in all these things we like stopped at multiple spots, but one that really calls out to me was when we were driving from Colorado to Eagle Nest, from Silverton to Eagle Nest, New Mexico. You pass by the Rio Grande, which is crazy, right? Because the Rio Grande is all the way up there in freaking New Mexico, at the top of New Mexico.
Yeah, and that one actually caught me by surprise. I didn't even know we were going to pass by that.
Yeah, it was like, because we knew we were going to see mountains, obviously. We were going to be in Colorado.
We were just driving, and I saw a bunch of cars and people, and I was like, what are they looking at?
And then we saw her look down.
I was like, So we stopped.
It was like kind of like como un cañón, like a canyon,
Yeah.
and then you see the Rio Grande at the bottom, but like a huge canyon, like that's a long way down. So, and the nice thing about that specific spot is that there was plenty of space for us to park, so we were able to park. And me and him got down. We turned off the RV because it was like nice and cool, so the puppies weren't hot or anything. And we went to go see it. Super quick, but still we got down and saw it, and I was terrified.
Yeah, sightseeing. So
that's a pro. Like, you're gonna see things that you wouldn't see if you would say, like, you would have flown from San Antonio to Silverton, or I think it's to Durango, whatever's the closest city to Silverton, Colorado. You would have never passed through there.
And then passing through all those cute little towns.
The cute little towns, and just like the fucking mountains, you know? Like, it's beautiful. And I know a lot of people are like, bruh, we don't want to drive or whatever. But I feel like, yeah, but I feel like driving is more dangerous than flying, supuestamente.
I believe it.
Yeah, because you don't know if someone's really tired. A bunch of factors, right? But I feel like you do see more on a drive than when you're going to a specific destination. So that's my pro. So you can go ahead with the con, my boy.
So your favorite scenic route was Colorado to Eagle Nest?
No. I liked honestly, I think I liked it from Santa Fe all the way to Colorado, and then Colorado all the way to Eagle Nest, and then even Eagle Nest to like halfway through New Mexico, and then when we made it into Texas, I was like, boo.
Yeah. If you had to pick one,
probably Silverton to Eagle Nest.
I agree.
Yeah.
It was like you started off with all the mountains around Silverton, and then you passed through we went through fucking Santa Fe. No, I don't remember what it was, but in New Mexico, we took this route, which is basically nothing but national forest. So it was just nothing but views, and we eventually hit like this fucking peak. So it looked incredible. Yeah.
Is it one of the peaks that we stopped at?
Yeah. It's super windy up there.
Yeah.
It was awesome. But yeah, that's my favorite. Con. I said windy. So that's a con. That's a big fucking con. We're in this little RV, relatively speaking, because it's still a big vehicle.
Yeah. How long was it? 26 feet?
25. 25 feet long. And, driving 60, 65, you get hit with high winds. And it doesn't even have to be high winds. The winds just affects the vehicle so much. It causes drivability to really suffer. And it's not hard to drive it. You just have to be attentive at all times. Yeah,
like you can't just chill and be like one hand on the wheel, munching out over here. Like I literally, whenever we would eat or he wanted a snack, I had to feed it directly in his mouth, because sometimes he would be like, I can't even eat right now. I need to like pay attention. And I told him, I was like, you don't have to look at the food. Just open your damn mouth and I'll put it in your mouth.
Okay. I was like,
but that's how attentive he had to be.
I was just constantly fighting the wind the entire fucking trip.
Yeah, it was like the entire trip. It was from San Antonio to Lubbock. It was like that too. Maybe halfway through, no?
It got worse towards the last half, yeah.
Yeah. So from then on, he was fighting the wind.
Yeah, it sucked.
And when he first started the drive, it caught him off guard. So he was like, bruh. And then he started getting used to it, but you still had to be attentive.
Yeah. You get used to it, but you still can't go fast. So like at one point, I think I hit like a top speed of like maybe 75, 80.
Dang.
And that wasn't even for a long time. It was maybe like 5 minutes.
Dang, super fast.
And then the wind was like, nah, fam. So I averaged probably like 60, 65. But in high winds, I couldn't go past like 55. So
do you think it's the RV specifically? Like if you were driving something else, you could have gone faster?
I mean, if we're in a car, we'd go way faster. If we're in one of those big old fancy tour bus RVs, I think we'd go faster.
And you wouldn't have to worry about the wind so much. Cause it'd be
I think so, but I've never driven those. So if you have, comment down below.
That was one of mine. Well, I put slower travel. But I think slower travel with most RVs, you're going to have slower travel. The only RV that I think wouldn't be slower travel is, which we've talked about, is like a van that is turned into an RV.
Yeah, like the Ford Transit. I think it would definitely be quicker than the RV, but it's still slower than, the rest of the cars.
Yeah. I mean, you're not trying to go fucking 100 miles per hour.
That's true. I mean, why not?
Well, I wouldn't be trying to go that fast.
We want a little car, we'll get there in 2 hours.
So my con was you have to dump caca.
That's a con. You didn't even dump it.
I know.
You didn't even have to touch it.
But it still grosses me out knowing that my poop is floating around in the RV and that you have to dump it out. That's gross. With us. That's gross. And I didn't even want to poop in there, and you were like, just go. I was like, what if my poop doesn't flush? I don't know. I was just thinking a bunch of shit in my head because there was things that went wrong with the RV. Because it was a rental, it's not our RV, so we had no idea what we were getting ourselves into. We just assumed that what we were getting was like a decent working RV and everything was going to work appropriately. So you never know, like if you're going to get an RV that the shitter is broken or something. Imagine. That'd be disgusting. So yeah, that's one of the cons for me, that you have to dump the poo. And I think that you didn't get shit on your hands. Did you get shit on your hands?
No, but
was it pretty easy to do? Was it hard to mess up?
It's pretty hard to mess up. Okay. Yeah, it was pretty simple. If you've seen that movie, The RV, it's not like that. Like they exaggerated faux show.
There's like a hole that fits perfectly. That fits the what is it called?
The sewer line?
The sewer line, like, perfectly. So there's, like, no...
It screws in there.
Yeah, so it fits perfectly. It's not like you're just throwing the poop like that or something into, like, a trash can. Like, it's, like, into the ground in a, like, designated spot that not all RV locations, not all RV parks have. You have to choose an RV park that has all those options for you, right? Because some of them won't offer certain things.
If it's an RV park, more than likely they'll have a full hookup, but they have several sites, some where it doesn't include a full hookup. Yeah. So it'll say like just power or just power and water.
There was one that we almost got right that was just power and water.
I think we looked at it. Well, my pros kind of meshed together, but one of them is like you can overnight basically anywhere,
which is goes back to convenience. I think convenience should have been
damn it, like stupid convenience
split up because there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah, like you can fucking overnight in many fucking places if you're driving and you're just so tired. Just pull up to a Love's, like some of the Love's have RV parks there, yeah.
And they might not offer like a full hookup or everything, but you could at least park there and sleep. Like if you literally are just so exhausted that you need sleep, you could just park in there and take a nap.
Yeah, at the very least they'll have power to connect to, which once you connect that, you have AC, you have heater. Which
is the most important part of the RV. Yeah. The water is for you to obviously like wash your hands, take a shower, and like wash dishes. Is that the only thing we used it for, right? Yeah. And then obviously the sewer is if you want to actually dump what you have. Like if you don't need to dump it in that moment, you don't need a sewer line. Is that correct?
Correct.
So basically electricity is the most needed, and a lot of RV spots that we stayed at least had like restrooms there, so you could use your restroom. Some of them were nicer than others. Some of them had like the one that you went to had like 3 locks, so you can like shower in there and feel safe because it had 3 locks from the inside.
That thing was also considered like a storm shelter.
Oh shit. Yeah, because in Amarillo, apparently, like up there's like a lot of tornadoes and shit. So I think that's why they offer it, right? And it was windy as fuck. The RV at night was like this, and ain't nobody fucking in there.
That was not because of us.
So yeah, you can stop anywhere.
I felt like I was sleeping on a boat.
Yeah, it's probably what it feels like.
You slept fine. We ready for a cruise.
I don't want to do a cruise, you guys. All right. Okay, my pro is you can rent an RV or you can buy one. So that's a pro because you don't necessarily need to commit to an RV. So if you want to just try out an RV just to see if you like it or not, like how we did, you can rent it. It is kind of pricey to rent. I think there are some like cheaper options. I think the trailers that you can just take with your truck, I think some of those actually might be a little bit cheaper.
Assuming you have a vehicle
that will pull it. Yeah. But the nice thing is that you can rent it before you buy it to see if you're really into it. Because some people go in like just fucking, what is it, nose? They just dive in. Nose.
Oh yeah, they just buy an RV. Use it one time
There's a
and
term.
It just sits.
You just nose dive. I don't fucking know what it is.
My nose dive. That's when I'm like beating a yellow red light.
What is it? Is that what it is?
You
just, I don't know. You just go all the way.
Dive in head first.
Yeah, you just dive in head first, and some people will dive in head first. And a lot of the RVs are not cheap unless you're getting like a really old one, and that can be a little scary, right? Because if you're getting an RV that's considered a motorhome, means that you're driving it, and if you buy one that is really fucked up, and that's what you're using to drive on the road, and then it doesn't work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would definitely say that if you want to look into getting an RV, for you to rent one first, because at the end of the day, if you're gonna buy one, that means you got the money. So you can definitely rent it.
Yeah, because they're not cheap. Even the rental was not cheap, honestly. That was like per night the price of a nice fucking hotel.
Yeah.
Nice hotel. And rightfully so, right? Because you're driving a like $100,000 RV, because that's how much they run, like minimum, I think.
Yeah.
And, so you got to pay for the night, then you got to pay for the insurance, the deposit. It gets pricey, and then the gas. Yeah. So yeah, it gets pricey.
And the RV parks.
And the RV parks.
The RV parks are not that expensive. Like if that's all you had to pay, it's not that crazy. But it's not all you have to pay.
Yeah. RV parks, some of them were like $40 for the night.
What was the most expensive? 90?
I think it was 90.
What was 90?
I don't remember.
Silverton?
Either Silverton or the KOA in Santa Fe. Yeah. Santa Fe.
So that was my pro that you can rent or buy.
I put generator. And I think by generator, I meant like your limited. Our RV was powered by propane, the generator, which, was limited. It runs out. And once it does run out, you need a refill. And if you've never done it before, then you can be like, how the fuck do I do that? Luckily for us, we never ran out of the propane.
Yeah, so I guess we can explain that a little bit. So whenever you're driving this specific motor home, this RV that we took, only the front part where you're driving, where it's the driver's seat and the passenger seat, is the only thing that has like power. So basically like a vehicle, right? So la troca nomás enfrente. Whatever's in the back, which is where you sleep, where you can sit, there's extra spots to sit at. All of that is powered by something completely different. So because you turn on the truck does not mean that the back turns on. It's just the front. So basically if you had a family that is bigger than ours, so if you had like a child, or you had like your parents with you, anyone else that didn't fit in the front two seats, you would have to have the back on if the temperature was hot or if it was really cold. So that means that you would have to turn on the generator. And like he said, the generator is powered by propane. So if you finish that, then you have to pull over somewhere and get it filled. Or you have to keep that in mind when you're driving, saying, okay, we're gonna have to use a generator, so like in this many hours we have to pull over to a propane spot, and kind of have it like planned out that you need it if you have like that extra family in the back. Thankfully, we didn't have to worry about it. I think we only used the generator like 2 hours, if that. Lubbock to Roswell, right as soon as we left Lubbock, we stopped at a Walmart, and me and the kids stayed in the RV, and we turned on the generator while you were in there, so we wouldn't get hot. So yeah.
And this RV specifically the generator was powered by propane. There are some out there that tap into the same gasoline tank and run off of that. So that would have been nice, I think.
Yeah.
If I were to go, and that's what I would go with.
Mm-hmm. My con is you couldn't chill in the back if you have like motion sickness. In this particular one, the back, I recorded like a bunch of, I'm putting them up on TikTok, but I recorded like me doing my makeup, and it was like nearly impossible. I almost fucked up my face, and but it's just like not super fun to sit back there if you have like motion sickness, because you're literally moving like this. Like, it's not a smooth ride. And again, I think it has to do specifically with this RV.
Yeah. And I don't have motion sickness. I'd like to think so. Yeah. But that night in Amarillo, I was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Trying to go to sleep. I was like, bruh.
That shit was moving a lot.
Yeah, it was moving a lot.
I slept.
It was really windy. I know. I looked at you and I was like, babe's probably struggling to fall asleep. And I looked at you and you were out. I was like, oh.
I was really fucking tired. So yeah, you get really motion sickness, and as well, like if you're staying in a location where it's really high winds at nighttime, you're gonna be moving like this, like it's a boat.
But also, this RV kind of had a messed up jack.
Oh yeah.
Which the jacks, whenever you park and you're gonna chill for the night, you put the jacks down and you put some weight on the jacks, and that way it stabilizes the RV. Well, this one had like a messed up jack where it didn't really have any power, so you couldn't really put any tension on it, so it like wasn't doing stuff. So that's why we felt a little bit more windy.
There was something else, right, that they could have provided to help level out more as well? Or no?
They could have provided leveling blocks. That would have been nice, but those are more common for trailers, pero you could still use them for RVs. Like in Santa Fe, there was an RV that we witnessed that they used leveling blocks for their RV. Yeah, we just didn't have any.
Yeah, we didn't have any. We just didn't think that we were going to need to provide anything.
Yeah, I thought you would think that would be included.
Yeah. So that's just something to think about if you're planning on renting or even buying. If you buy, obviously, you're going to need all these other extra things that maybe they come with a brand new one. I don't know.
It didn't even include like wheel chocks.
Yeah, to hold.
Yeah, like just to hold the RV in place, like wheel chocks would have been nice.
So we had to buy some.
Yeah, we went. I wanted to stop and get some because peace of mind and shit.
Yeah.
It's a heavy vehicle, and then when you're parked and you're sloped, you ain't trying to move.
You don't want to roll down. You are watching Disney Channel.
Convenient. I like that we could shower. Okay. Yeah. I think we just kind of covered all my things briefly in an umbrella, but yeah. I just really like that once you get to your spot, it like turns from vehicle to fucking house. Like, you park, you set the jacks down, you connect water if you need water, you connect the power. It has a little awning that kind of flips out, so it turns into like a little roof. And it has plenty of storage, so if you have like camping chairs, you can pull those out. And it really just turns into like, like your own fancy camping area. And it was,
kind of
really
like
cool.
Kind of like glamping, right? You're not exactly in a tent, but you have, it's just like it's literally a mobile home. Like you have a home on wherever you want it, because really there's like an RV park, I think, every like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Some of them, granted, aren't going to be as nice as others, but I think that you could
What was the nicest RV park, like amenities wise?
Not
like scenic, because we know scenic.
Well, I didn't use the Amarillo ones but you said they were nice.
They were nice.
What do you
But
think?
they're pretty comparable to Silverton.
Yeah, I really like Silverton because Silverton, I mean, it didn't have like a pool or anything like Amarillo.
Oh, that's true. No pool.
But in Silverton, Colorado is the one that I use. I think I used their restroom multiple times, but we used their shower. Mm-hmm. And it was like warm in there. Like you could mess with the temperature. You could have it warm because it's cold outside. And it's like it's not like a shareable shower where like there's going to be people that can possibly walk on you. It's your own personal.
Yeah, it's
and
private.
Yeah, the only reason I say that is because at
Buffalo Springs.
I keep forgetting. At Buffalo Springs, they only had one shower in there, and the restrooms were really gross, you guys. Really gross.
And it was open, though, to the environment.
Yeah.
Like there was no AC or nothing in there.
Yeah, it was like it was hot outside and it was hot in there.
Yeah.
So it's just depending on what RV park you're getting, and I think you can really gather information by you looking on the website. Most of them have a website that will show you like the amenities they have and stuff. But definitely the best RV park amenities restroom wise was Silverton, Colorado, because you had a private shower, private toilet. We showered in there real fucking quick though.
Yeah, it was a nice shower.
Yeah, it was nice and warm and toasty. So my next pro is that we can take our puppies. So that's a big pro for me because I've been wanting to take them somewhere. And obviously with taking your puppies also comes cons, but for me it's a pro because I feel like they enjoyed it and then they didn't, but I feel like they were just like mixed. They were taken out of their normal, like every day they go on their walk and they eat and they do the same things every day to like being on the road with us. I think the first 2 days they were like, bro, what the fuck is this? But then after that, I feel like they got used to it and they're like, okay, we wake up, we go take a shit in this new spot and then we come back, we eat. And I don't know, it was just like, I felt really happy seeing them excited.
Yeah, that they got to travel and see new places and shit in new places. Mm-hmm. Scenic places. Yeah. That was really cool. That is a pro. A con would be that you need to allocate a lot of time for an RV trip. Like we did a week and it was not enough time.
Yeah.
Only because we were driving about 6 hours every day. Mm-hmm. And we didn't have to. We could have
made it to Eagle Nest and that's it.
Yeah, but our itinerary involves many locations, many stops.
Yeah, but I think we learned from that, right?
Oh yeah.
But we honestly, when we went into it, we knew already because a lot of like RV people on Reddit and just doing your quick research, they're like, only travel 300 miles if you're going to travel. It's like a 333 rule. Mm-hmm. 300 miles and then stay for 3 days. And then I don't remember the last third. But I think we came to understand that is very accurate.
3 weeks.
Oh, and travel for 3 weeks?
That was like a guidance.
Okay.
Sounds fucking nice.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, time-wise, like for example, even after how tired we were already trying to figure out when we're going to do like a similar trip, but longer. So we're like trying to map out our shit. But in order to do that, you definitely need like minimum like 2 weeks, right? Yeah. So like for you to hit nice locations. Like if you're just trying to stay in Texas, then you don't need that full amount of time. But if you're trying to exit Texas, because Texas is so fucking big.
Yeah. We can talk about our future trip in a little bit after our pros and cons.
Yeah. So my con is that only he can drive. So I think that's a con for you because I can't. For him, and I feel kind of like I can't do anything. Like I'm just like, good job, babe. What do you need? Because I can't drive this truck.
Not that you couldn't.
Yeah, but I was scared to drive it.
More like I didn't need you to.
But it would have been nice for you to have someone that you trusted and could have helped you, right?
I do trust you.
Yeah, but not with that truck. It was scary.
Yeah, I feel you. I agree.
Yeah, so I feel like he's trying to say like he didn't need me to drive, but if he would have had someone there that he trusted to drive, I'm sure you would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. I would have been like, all right, bro.
Yeah, like if your dad was there,
yeah,
you could just hand it over to your dad for a few hours. You'd be like, hell yeah, I could chill.
Or your dad.
No, not my dad. I wouldn't trust my dad to drive an RV. Not this RV, you guys. It's because this RV, let me tell you, the RV specifically, what was it? A 4 Winds 2018. Not that the year matters, because I think even like the new ones feel that way. It's just that type of RV. I think the back is very like flimsy in a way. So if you flip over or somebody like crashes into you, I feel like you're dead.
Oh yeah, like you gotta take those curvas peligrosas. You gotta take them slow.
Yeah, you gotta be extra precautious.
You gotta adjust to the wind. You need to watch for traffic.
Yeah.
A lot of that shit.
Because I feel like it's easily tipped over, no?
Oh yeah, like if you're just fucking take a curve like that without minding your speed, yeah, you definitely flip that.
Yeah.
Easy.
So.
And I don't think your dad's very mindful of that.
No, we'd be flipped over.
Si puedo.
Yeah, so that was my thing, that only he could drive. So, and not because I would have took the curbs like slow, but I feel like I would have been really anxious driving it.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah.
Like if it was like smooth and the wind didn't affect us, I think I would have been fine driving it, but not as soon as like you started driving, I'm like, bro, I can't drive this. Because you just hear it and I'm like, bro.
Here you feel it. Bro, my palms were sweaty driving that bit, so I was like, oh, this is sketchy.
Remember when we're like probably like 10 minutes away from our location in Colorado, Silverton, and we stopped somewhere because it was like super beautiful view and people were stopping there, and it started snowing, you guys, and we're like, bruh, it's snowing, and I immediately went into like panic mode, and I'm like, bro, we don't even have chains. How are we supposed to drive this up there? Mind you, it was like a little snow. Like it wasn't like it was like fucking coming down and the streets were covered in it. It was just like a little...
Like a drizzle,
like
but snow.
Yeah, like a drizzle, but snow. Because you're like super high in altitude, and the mountains up there are covered by snow, so I'm sure they get a little bit of snow.
But like a heavy drizzle.
Yeah.
That bitch is coming down.
Yeah, so even like later, or even like before we started driving, you're like, I got a little worried there. And I'm like, bro, don't tell me you're getting worried, because I'm...
No, that's why I didn't tell you until after we got there.
No, you told me before, as you were driving.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
I challenged the play.
I probably have it on some video. I recorded like 10-12 hours of footage, so...
Oh, that was your con about can't driving.
Yeah. You gotta say pro.
You were a wonderful co-pilot, though.
I hope.
Like, yeah, you definitely took care of me in all aspects. I was fed. Not those aspects.
Why? Okay, go on. He's like, I'm out of pros.
Yeah, I'm out of pros.
Okay, well, let me say one then.
Yeah.
There's a lot of room for clothes and food. So you know how when you travel on a plane, you only take your luggage and that's it. Well, you could fill this bitch up.
That's true. We fucking moved in that bitch.
Yeah, we like way overpacked, you guys. As always. When don't we overpack? And even then we missed items because you still had to stop at Walmart. So we overpacked and stuff that we didn't need to.
What did we forget? Spoons and cups.
We had like a little bit of spoons, but we would have had to rewash them to use them. And cups were the main things.
And then we used like one cup.
Not the plastic ones.
We didn't use one?
I didn't. I think
I used one.
Yeah. It's because he got us not Yetis, but the ones from Walmart.
Yeah.
The Walmart
Arctic.
brand. Yeah. Arctic. He got us each one, so we just used that the entire time.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can fill it up with as many things as you want, but also you have to keep in mind that when you close and open the RV, you have to move the stuff to its designated location. If not, it's going to get squished, or shit's not going to close, or you're going to ruin shit. But yeah, a lot of room for stuff. And also it like it'll weigh you down, right? Obviously, the more things you add, heavy things you add. You can stop almost anywhere to eat. So if you have food in the RV that you want to make, or you want to warm up some pizza, or you want to do something, you can stop like at any gas station or I wouldn't recommend on the side of the road unless you really have to pee, like in your situation. But if you need to eat, like you want to eat and take like a 10-minute break, I wouldn't recommend you stop on the side of the road. I would recommend you like pull over somewhere, like a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the same thing, like you can stop almost anywhere. Like if you need a quick break, just find somewhere that doesn't look dangerous. Maybe like a Love's, like you said. Like a gas station that has an RV
I mean, you
spot.
can stop like anywhere that has a big enough parking lot.
Yeah, but you might get kicked out of some. Remember that? Didn't the Walmart say something like no
overnight parking?
Yeah,
but that was in a bougie ass neighborhood.
That's true. True.
So that's one of them. Say we saw this restaurant and we wanted to stop. You're basically limited via the parking lot or any nearby parking lots. So if you don't fit, you can't stop.
Yeah, so I said that you can stop anywhere, but you can't stop anywhere in like little parking lots.
Not literally anywhere.
Yeah.
Let's say like you couldn't park here, but maybe you can park over there, you know?
Yeah. In Roswell, there was a McDonald's that was shaped like a spaceship, but the McDonald's was obviously packed and we didn't want to leave the kids in the car too long.
Yeah, it was packed.
And we didn't see immediately. I'm sure we could have found somewhere to park, but still, like, I'm sure it would have took us a while to figure out where to park. Like, it wasn't easily like, oh, let's park right here. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a big one. So basically, the thing to make up for that, the can't park anywhere, is if you are driving, say, we're staying in Roswell, like in an RV park in Roswell. Well, if you are taking a vehicle, so you're either pulling a vehicle or you're pulling an RV, one or the other. Well, now you have a car, right? You set up in the RV park and then you can go and see the stuff. So I think that would make up for the can't stop anywhere. But in our situation, if you're driving an actual mobile home, like if you're driving the fucking huge bus RV, you cannot. You're even more limited to where you can stop. And
the big bus thingies, we're talking about like those huge, like 44-foot tour bus looking things.
Yeah, they literally look like a tour bus, and they're like $800K.
800,000.
That's crazy, you guys. I did not think that they were that expensive.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, so those people we saw, there's a lot of ones that we saw. They got money. We was like, white people. We're about to start networking. So this was specific to the RV that we rented. Something was wrong with their water situation, and so 2 of the showers that I took were really fucking cold. I mean, the first one was cold and then like a little bit was coming out, but I think that was when you were still trying to figure out the water.
Yeah, it took a little bit to figure it out. So the conclusion I came to now is that when you connect from city water to the RV, it just provides the cold water. And
well, that's his conclusion. He doesn't actually know.
Conclusion. That's just my hypothesis.
And by city water, it's like water directly into, would it be directly into the shower or just into the RV? Or to any water?
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, to anything that you need water. Because, so there's the city water, but there's also the water pump. So
the water tank, yeah.
The water tank, you fill that thing up and then you use it for those things. But you can use that without being connected to water. You just fill it up and then you're good. You have water on the road. But this other one is just, you're just using it as it's on, right?
You basically bypass the water tank and you use the other water source.
Yeah. So I was just trying to explain to them because I don't think they know what city water is.
Oh yeah, it's just a water connection you plug in to the RV.
Yeah, and we also don't know if it was the specific RV's fault.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, like was it the heater, the propane shit? Was it not working for the city water for a particular reason? Because I don't think that's true for all RVs. Like people would not be connecting to the city water.
I mean, maybe they just connect to like drinking water maybe, or dishes.
I don't think so.
Right?
Yeah, because that would be stupid. It's like how the electricity, like if the same thing happened with electricity, like the heater doesn't work or some shit. Like I don't think that would be useful. Like people literally go to RV parks to use those things, like plug directly to the things, instead of having to use the thing that you can use on the road.
Even though the heater does need electricity and propane.
Yeah, well, the heater's a whole different situation.
Yeah, so it only worked for us using the water tank for the hot water.
So he would fill up the water tank, and then I would jump in the shower. So the first time he didn't really know what was going on with the city water, with the thing, and then the water hose that they provided the people who we rented it from.
Yeah, the connection at the RV leaks, like it fucking leaks, and it's not supposed to do that. Like I saw a bunch of YouTube videos, and
we saw other RVs that were connected perfectly. And the second time that I got a cold shower was because he was connected to his hypothesis, which was he was connected to the city water and we weren't using the water tank, and so I got really fucking cold water. Yeah, that was fun. It was lovely.
Really fucking cold water. It was freezing.
It was ice cold, you guys.
It was fucking hilarious.
And then after I was out in the shower, I was like, well, now I'm fucking awake.
Yeah, so it was really awesome traveling with our dogs, but it's also a con. Yeah, so the con with that is you're pretty much limited to the RV or wherever you feel comfortable taking them down at. And we had 3 of them. One of them the goodest girl ever, and 2 of them not so good, and 1 little asshole. Total 3. You were pretty fucking limited, like you said earlier with the spaceship McDonald's. There's no way we could have both gotten down and left the kids in the RV comfortably.
Yeah.
There's no way in Silverton that we could have gone to the downtown area with our dogs because we are tied to the puppies.
Yeah, and then there's other RV people parked there, so you also don't know if to like trust the people around. Like you don't want to just leave your dogs there. What if they go and take them? But obviously ours would probably most likely attack. But still, it's like that you don't really trust the people around you. You can't take them into a restaurant. Most places don't allow dogs. I think you're limited to that. But I think at least I went into it knowing that was the thing. It was like, we're going on this trip, we're taking them so they can go all over with us, but we know that we won't be able to do those things. Like it wasn't that kind of trip, like an exploring trip. It was more like seeing how the RV goes, seeing these beautiful spots, but being with our dogs.
Yeah, I knew that as well, like from the beginning, from way before.
Yeah, so I don't think it's necessarily a con,
which was one of the reasons I was just like how are we gonna do this? Like, what is this gonna look like? I was like, we're just gonna be in the RV the entire time. Yeah,
he was saying that, and I was like, well, I guess you don't want to travel with our puppies, but we did it. And how was it?
It was good. It was a wonderful experience.
You're lying.
Lily asked me like about with the dogs again, and then I was like, I think they'd be fine just not doing this again.
I would do it again with them, but I would definitely like take my mom or take my mom and dad or something, and then you take turns, right? You go and explore, and then they go and explore.
Rotating babysitters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have to be the best way to travel with the dogs, because like there was like some pretty gnarly looking trails up the mountains, and you can't do them. You can't take the dogs up there because they'll get tired and can't carry them. And
we also couldn't do many things anyways because we were only there for like 4 hours or 5 hours.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, so we were limited on our time. If we would have extended our trip more to meet the criteria, then it would have been like, bro, we're here and we can't do anything. But I think for what we had, our kids being there was perfect because we didn't have a lot of time anyways. That's something to think about. But I think anybody who has dogs thinks about that. And I do think that a lot of people who do travel with their dogs, they already know this. Like, they literally either live in their RVs or they know what they're getting themselves into because their dog is part of the family. We definitely want to do a trip like this. I don't know if like in this type of RV or just us pulling one or whatever, but just us. Because I think it'd be fun too. I don't think my kids need another road trip for a while because I think they're all tired out. My con was that RV parks can be stinky.
They're stinky?
I feel like some locations, or maybe just when they're dumping the poo-poo, it could smell. And it doesn't smell like shit. Like, it doesn't smell like you don't smell shit. You just smell that. Like, whenever you were dumping, it's like this scent that comes from that pump, and it kind of grosses me out.
I didn't smell that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you're immune to it.
Where?
The most I remember smelling it in Amarillo. But I think it's because it was like overpopulated. There's so many fucking RVs there.
There was also those dumpsters nearby. Maybe
it wasn't the dumpster because the sewer things has a certain scent to it. And obviously some RV parks can be like messy, like if they're not taken care of and shit. But yeah, that's my thing. Just be prepared that some of them might be stinky. They're not going to be like, you're like in this beautiful mountain and they're like smells like greenery. It might smell like shit for a little bit. Other con, and again, it might be specific to this RV, but the heater wasn't great and we were cold one of the nights. It might have been this specific RV or it might just be this model, whatever the fuck, but literally we had to sleep backwards in the bed, like facing the other way so we can feel a little warmer. And even at that we used like 2 blankets, and so it wasn't that warm.
Yeah, so the insulation in there isn't great, so you definitely feel the outside temperature creeping in, especially the cold.
Yeah, because I think we're pretty good on the AC wise. I think we use the AC twice.
Yeah.
When we're in Texas, we only use it when we're in Lubbock and when we're in Amarillo, and then the rest of the days we use the heater because it was cold. Oh no, one of the days we didn't use the heater in Santa Fe, and we were cold that night, and we were like, we should have turned on the heater. Yeah,
that was cold.
Yeah.
We had the AC on, but it never clicked on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the heater, it's set to auto, right? So you set it to a temperature and it just hits that and then turns off.
I feel like it would turn off immediately. Like it would turn on for like 2 seconds and then out of nowhere it was off. And I'm like, I'm still cold.
Yeah. And I didn't want to turn it fully on because I didn't want it to be on all fucking night.
Yeah.
So that's one reason. But yeah, I feel like it would get cold immediately after it turned off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think those were all the cons. I'm sure we have more pros and cons, you guys. But I guess now we can just talk about our trip in general. I was telling Babe that I feel like it's even though he complains about our kids being there and us not being able to do a lot of things, I feel like it's been one of the best trips I've taken in a long time. Even considering like beach and everything. And that's only because I feel like we got to see a lot of things, and I'm not used to that. I'm used to like, I'm going in and I'm going to see one location, and say we're going to Cancun. Well, we're going to see that, right? And that's pretty much it. Like, we're just going to chill by the beach and maybe do some activities, some water activities, but it's very like limited to that scene. Well, here I feel like we got to do like a range of things. So we got to travel from here to Buffalo Springs Lake, which was beautiful there, because when you travel, can you hear me or not?
Mm-hmm.
When you travel to Lubbock, I don't know if anybody has passed through Lubbock. Lubbock doesn't look like a big deal. Like, there's not a lot of much going on there, but this is like a hidden little gem that they have there, and it's like a huge motherfucking lake, and it looks like just a different world inside of Lubbock.
Yeah, like came out of nowhere. Like, Lubbock is pretty flat and pretty dead looking, like grass dead looking, and it's just desert vibes everywhere. And then you finally hit this little lake, and it's surrounded by some little hills, and it's just beautiful. So that was really nice to see.
Yeah,
I honestly thought we were gonna pull up and it was just gonna be like this little charco. It was gonna be all dried out.
I chose that one, and like I just saw the pictures and I was like, "Ooh, it looks really nice here." But I honestly, sometimes pictures are deceiving and you don't know what you're getting into. So yeah, I was very surprised by that. Their restrooms weren't great, but I gave it to them for having like a nice little location. There was a chingos and mosquitoes, but that's reasonable because it's fucking Texas and it's hot. So that was my thing. And then after there, we went to Roswell, New Mexico, which I do, looking back, I think we could have like not done that. Like just
skipped it, yeah.
Skipped Roswell because we had our dogs with us. Like if it was just me and you, we could have got off, took pictures, walked around and shit. But since we had our dogs with us and we were in the RV, I feel like it was not necessary. I honestly just thought there was going to be a lot more to see in Roswell.
Yeah, we were looking for that welcome sign.
Yeah,
with the aliens.
We took a picture with a welcome sign and I was like, this is it. We thought it was gonna be like this huge spaceship.
Yeah,
at least that's what the picture had, right?
Yeah, I think we saw that spaceship, but it was like closer to downtown and no way we could have parked there.
Yeah, so I think we could have completely missed that. But if you're driving in a car and you can park anywhere, then do it. Pass by there. Maybe you'll meet an alien or two. After Roswell, again, we didn't stay in Roswell because we were scared to like sleep with aliens. So we went directly to Santa Fe. And again, Santa Fe, New Mexico, beautiful RV location. I don't think pictures will do that one justice, or my videos will do it justice, because I show kind of like the RV park, which the RV park doesn't look great, but the surrounding of the RV park was beautiful. Like just the mountains. Those are considered mountains, right? Because they're already high in Santa Fe. Mm-hmm. Specific to the RV park, it was like a bunch of rocks everywhere that I didn't like. I wish they would have had grass, but I'm assuming grass is really hard to grow in.
And to keep, yeah.
Especially there.
Yeah.
In New Mexico, and that specific location seems like a little dry or something. So I understand that, but obviously for us it would have been fine, but since we had dogs, the rocks aren't great, but beautiful location. Like I think I definitely would recommend that location, like if someone's traveling through RV.
What location is that?
Santa Fe.
That specific
RV
location?
Park?
Oh, the RV
yeah,
park?
I think it's nice, and they have pizza.
What's the RV park?
KOA.
Yeah. Campground KOA or campsite, something like that.
Yeah,
KOA?
they have locations like all over the world.
All over.
Nationwide. I said all over the world.
US for sure.
Okay.
I don't know if they're
yeah.
all over.
And then so after Santa Fe, we obviously went to our favorite. I think one of our favorites was Silverton, Colorado. And again, I don't think that we would have ever gone to Silverton, Colorado, if we weren't traveling by RV. If we had flown to a location, we probably would have gone to Denver. Would have gone to Aspen, Colorado Springs, like all the like known locations, right, that you fly into that are beautiful. But we were able to find like a little gem that I don't think I've ever seen anybody go to Silverton, Colorado. Like I've never seen it be announced or anything.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
And it was absolutely stunning. Beautiful, beautiful. I definitely recommend that if you can go to Silverton, you check it out. It's a tiny town, you guys, though. So if you're looking for a city, then you probably wouldn't go there.
Tiny little town.
Again, a town that we probably would have never gone to if we would have flown.
Would have never known about it. And they had like river rafting.
Bro, they had like a huge river. It was like for miles and miles and miles.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was nice.
And they had like tours on Jeeps or off-road vehicles.
A lot of people that we noticed, a lot of people in RVs took their little, what are they called? They're like four-wheelers, but they're not four-wheelers.
They're like go-karts, but they're the fancy ones.
Yeah,
I forget what the fuck they're called.
They're like higher rise ones.
I don't even know if they have a name. They're just called off-road vehicles.
They're just little carritos, you guys. That
like the Polaris brands, the make.
Yeah, so I think in Silverton, either they rent them out or people literally take them, because some of the RVs have like, they're called toy trailers, where you can put a toy, which that would be considered a toy, and then it's the sleeping area. So I think a lot of people actually travel with them. Maybe these people were traveling from close by or something. But yeah, and I think those would have been really cool to like drive around and stuff.
Yeah, they also rent them out there.
So we definitely want to go back to Silverton and to our next location, which after Silverton, I was like, I already had like lower expectations for our next location because
like
Silverton.
We peaked.
Yeah, I was like, we peaked. It's beautiful here. Well, when we left Silverton, Colorado, we drove to Eagle Nest, New Mexico, and beautiful. I think Silverton still has like a special place in my heart, but Eagle Nest is like right there. It's like very close.
So beautiful.
And that one has a huge lake, and then you just have mountains nearby. And the lady where we stayed, the lady's house, it's actually a lady who inherited this property, and she now does like this RV thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like her property, so she kind of stays on site like it's hers. And she said that it's like untapped, so a lot of people don't really know about it. It's like everybody knows about Denver and Colorado Springs. Everybody knows those locations, or like, what is it, Loveland and all those other places in Colorado. But Eagle Nest, Eagle Nest, New Mexico is untapped, so people haven't really discovered it and done like huge things with it.
It's not like hugely commercialized.
Yeah,
there's no Starbucks there, guys.
Yeah, it's still like super small but beautiful. And again, we would have never known about this spot without having done the RV trip.
Yeah, and speaking of never knowing or finding out about it, like when we went to Silverton, we passed by cute little towns like Pagosa.
No, Pagosa.
Pagosa.
Yeah.
We passed by Pagosa. We passed by
Durango, which that one's I think a little bit more well known.
Durango was really nice. Pagosa was really nice. And had we not drove, we would never have known about those places.
Pagosa Springs.
Yeah, so nice.
So nice, you guys. Look it up, Pagosa Springs, right now. So I think these are smaller towns that a lot of people might know about them, but not like most of the population. Maybe the people nearby know about these.
We didn't know about them.
No.
That's the point.
And they were beautiful locations. Like literally, I feel like I saw a meme that's like, anytime you travel and you want to buy a house there, well, we really want to get a house either in Colorado, right there in Silverton, or in Eagle Nest, New Mexico, or both.
Or Durango.
Well, Durango's kind of expensive.
Or Pagosa.
I think they're both expensive because they're like been tapped already. They already had a McDonald's and Starbucks there, so you consider them more tapped.
Yeah. Still.
But yeah, they're still nice. Eagle Nest, and then from Eagle Nest, New Mexico, we drove to Amarillo by morning. And I think that was basically the conclusion of our trip. But definitely, I would have loved if we could have stayed in Silverton and an Eagle Nest more time.
A little bit longer.
Yeah, just one more day or something. But we almost decided, right, at Silverton.
Yeah,
we're this close.
Too many moving parts.
Yeah, we're this close to. I was gonna call into work. Babe didn't have to because he had 2 days off after his vacation, which is nice.
I need recovery time.
Bro, I had no recovery time, you guys. I literally came back. We came back one day and the next day I had to work.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part?
Oh, you know what was fucking amazing? It was the Santa Fe area, New Mexico. You could see from way afar. You could see like these snow-capped mountain tips. Like you would just see the tips. And I'd be like, look, that's fucking snow. And like you can like squint your eyes and you're like, yeah, I think that is snow. And as we were driving to Silverton, like they kept getting closer and closer until we eventually were climbing the bitch in the RV. So that was fucking amazing.
Yeah, so we ended up at those snow-capped mountains that we had seen from way far. And we just, I didn't even think about it. I don't think you thought about it.
No, I didn't even know we were heading that way.
Yeah, it's because it's very hard to see, like, yeah, you see the mountains right in front of you, but like then the road goes like this and the road goes like this, so it's like, where are you going? Somehow we ended up on those snow mountains that we saw from way afar, and we had no idea. We thought we were gonna get there and it was gonna be just green. We didn't know there was gonna be even a smidge of I was gonna say of cocaine.
Oh, damn.
No, it's because remember I feel like I called it cocaine sometimes on the road. I was like, look at the cocaine.
What the hell?
I didn't think there was even gonna be a smidge of it, and we actually, when we drove, we literally drove by parts where there was like snow right there, like you could park and like grab a snowball and launch it. And obviously we've been in snow before, but we just didn't expect, like, we didn't go there to see snow. We were just going there to see the mountains.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome to see.
That was really nice. So that was cool. Silverton, driving up to Silverton, all the fucking pictures we took, the views, that was fucking amazing. The drive from Silverton to Santa Fe, no, to Eagle Nest, that was fucking amazing, because that was in New Mexico side on those mountains.
Yeah.
That was fucking amazing. There was snow there too.
Yeah.
It was a Highway 64, I think, and that highway is closed during winter. And I can see why, because, oh, man, you'll fucking slide off that mountain.
That's scary.
So that was fucking amazing. Eagle Nest, the location, the RV site was fucking amazing. We had access to the lake, so we were able to walk onto the lake and take the kiddos
to the lake,
and that was fucking amazing, seeing them like touch the water and shit.
Yeah.
And eat a bunch of shit.
Groundhog poop.
Is it groundhog?
Oh, it was a prairie dog then.
Yeah, the little fucking prairie dogs. They were just like, whoop, here come human.
They made noises, right? You heard them?
Yeah. So that was, they were eating a bunch of that shit.
No, they just ate it once because we stopped them all the other time. Yeah, when we went to Eagle Nest, you guys, there was like a bunch of holes everywhere, but like not like little tiny holes. They're like huge holes. Some of them were like this big, some were like this big. And our kids were trying to stick their heads in there. And I'm like, no, don't put your head in there. This motherfucker's going to come and attack you. At first, I didn't know what they were. But then we immediately, like, from afar, we could see them running around, right?
Yeah, they were running around. Or they would, like, stand up.
They're so cute. They were so cute. In the morning, I took the dogs out to the restroom when we were there in Eagle Nest. And I saw two run by us. I think it was Baloo that I had out there. He didn't even pay attention. He was just like, whatever, trying to do my business. My favorite was just being there with everyone, including my children of the corn. I always wanted to do a trip with them.
Yeah, you did.
Like for a very long time. And one of the big reasons is, I know it's morbid, but Sammy is 12 years old. She's going to be 12 years old in August. And I know she's not going to be with us for like 10 more years.
Why not?
Because she can't. It's impossible. It would be horrible of us to keep her that long. She would be miserable. So that's one reason, right? Sammy, and then also Baloo, because I don't know how long he has left on this earth because of his whole cancer situation. Well, yeah, he can be here like minimum, hopefully 2 years. You never know, because he is a Frenchie at the end of the day. He has cancer plus he's a Frenchie, so it's like, put those together. Doesn't sound like a great thing. So I just want them to experience something new. And will we ever do it again? Maybe not an RV trip like this. Maybe we'll take them somewhere nearby, but maybe not for a while. I think they're all RV'd out. And the reason I say that is because when we got home, they were so cute. Well, Rue specifically, she was so happy to be home, you guys. So happy. That's probably when she injured herself. Because right now she's injured. We don't know. We think her back is injured because she's been like struggling. When we got home, she was like jumping around, like so happy. She was like greeting us as if we haven't seen each other in ages. She would like jump on us like, thank you, mommy, for bringing me home.
Oh my God, home.
Yeah.
Yeah, at first she was like skeptical. She probably thought it was just like some other location we stopped at.
Yeah.
But then she was like, wait. This is my house.
And she was running around and she got on the couch. And she's like, this is my couch. Yeah.
Fucking Zoomies just jumping on us. Oh, it was cute.
Yeah. I think she was the happiest out of the three of them. But I told Babe it's because we don't take her anywhere. So she's never been outside of like the house besides going to vet appointments. And then we took her to like my grandma's and I took her to my mom's one time. So she's very much stuck in her routine. Like this is her house. She knows the nearby shit. Like we've taken her to Starbucks. We've walked her around the neighborhood, anything like nearby, but she doesn't know anything else. And she always comes home. So home is where her heart is. And she was very happy to be home. So that's why I'm like, they're okay. I'm happy that I was able to give that to them. And the next trip will just be me and Babe.
Oh, yeah. So let's talk about that. We talked about doing a road trip, but just in our vehicle. And the concept is basically drive, what was it? A max of 5
hours.
5 hours? I gave her the 5-hour limit. I think it's a good limit, because like 2 hours you ain't fucking getting anywhere. 3, same thing.
You're gonna
4
stay in Texas
is like
forever.
maybe, and then 5 is like decent.
Yeah.
So the idea is we'll be in our vehicle and we'll drive about 5 hours and we're gonna stay in a hotel. And the idea with that is because like the RV pricing was around the same.
And we're talking about like
per night.
Yeah, like if you take the full amount you paid for the RV and divide it by night, not like the RV parks.
Yeah, just the RV alone.
How much was it?
I didn't even include the RV parks.
What was it?
The pricing.
2,000?
It was like 2,000 for the 7 nights, and that's like with insurance, with the deposit, with.
So 2,300 plus gas. How much was gas?
I don't even know yet.
Oh, you didn't even look at one spot that you paid at? Was it $50, 60?
Let's say unos 70.
I think so.
Let's say 500 in gas.
Okay. So 2,800, you guys.
28?
Yeah, let's just say 3,000. So if you
divide that by
7?
7.
Say 3,000 divided by 7. That's $428 a night. That's a badass hotel.
That's a 5-star fucking hotel.
But you also have to remember, if you're doing a road trip, you have to count gas in there. So you just deduct that. But yeah, $428 a night, you guys. So basically, if you want to experience the RV thing, then go ahead. But if you want to just do a road trip, then you should. I mean, there's a lot of hotels that I think that you can get them for like cheap. Like if you're staying like you just want to stay like a little mom and pop location.
I mean, you can stay at fucking 5-star with butler service for that price.
Yeah, but if you're trying to save even more, stay like at a Motel 6 or something.
Yeah, so we're talking about taking our vehicle for a 5-hour trip and hitting a bunch of locations and then staying for a minimum of 2 nights.
Yeah. So yeah, our road trip that we originally talked about, which I think needs to be revised, but was for us to basically hit all the way up to California, from here to California while making stops at multiple locations and then California and back. So I just wanted to give you like a general understanding, because our road trip would mean like a shit ton of stops, but I think it definitely needs to be worked on, because that would be more than 2 weeks what we had planned. And I also told Babe that we don't necessarily we don't have to start our road trip here. Like if we really want to start and look at like a different part of the world and like do a road trip, for example, if we want to see the West Coast, if we want to see the East Coast, or we would just want to see the fucking top, then we literally just fly there and then rent a car and do a little road trip across that part of the world. So
such a wonderful idea. And you don't even have to stay anywhere fancy. You can even stay at fucking RV parks. A lot of them have little cabins or little huts that you can stay at. They have showers, restrooms there.
Yeah.
They're set. They're cheap.
And some of them are really cute. Like the Santa Fe, the cabins were super cute.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely worth looking into. Like if you found a hotel in that location and the hotels are crazy expensive, look at the RV parks just to compare the prices. Some of the cabins were expensive though, so I would just compare your prices to that. I like flying because that means I know my destination, right? Like I'm going here, but I also like the idea of like road tripping because there's so many things that you can see. And like, for example, the road trip that we took this time, I would love to do it again, but just me and Babe, so we can do like stop at these locations and like explore the town and walk around and do more hike that we didn't get to do because we were with our dogs. But again, this trip it was fine, but moving forward, like if we do it again, we definitely want to do it alone or with humans only.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Like if you wanted it, because driving from Texas and with a 5-hour max drive time, like you can't get too far.
No.
Even though we did talk about hitting California, then to Vegas, then what is that? Not Wyoming. Somewhere.
Utah,
and then back down to Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a little circle.
It's not a little circle, it's a big circle.
It's a
like
big circle.
Huge. Look at this shit.
On the southwest of the US.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But por ejemplo, like if we wanted to hit the northwest of the US driving from Texas, like that's too far, right?
No, you would have to be off for like 2 months or something.
Yeah, seriously. Why not?
I mean, it'd be nice if I'm retired.
Really fucking nice. Yeah, so like you said earlier, we could.
Should we quit our jobs and do van life?
Let's do it. Why not? We have a pretty good following. How much are we making per month on this? We can tell them.
-0. Negative whatever amount we've spent on our equipment. Negative that.
So yeah, I think flying somewhere, renting a vehicle, that's a really cool idea. And I've never thought about that before. So it's really cool. And you can return the vehicle anywhere. Like,
yeah.
If you rent it from one of those spots like Hertz or whatever else there is.
Yeah, and I told Babe, I was like, why don't we just do that, fly somewhere, like if so we can see the other locations? Because even though I'm like, what's on this side of the world, like say like the top, you have Washington, you have Idaho, you have Montana, North Dakota, Minnesota. Yeah, like all these you can hit the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains go from Canada all the way through Wyoming, so we can hit multiple locations of the Rocky Mountains, starting in Washington through like that top part of the United States. So I think a goal that I personally have now is for us to literally see the United States, because like I want to see the rest of the world as well. Like I want to go and visit like Europe and stuff, but I feel like the United States more accessible. Like it's literally like here down the street, and you have a lot of things in the United States. Like you literally have everything. You have mountains, you have city, you have beach, you have...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, over there in Colorado, I was like, bro, this looks fucking beautiful. Like I didn't even know this was in the United States.
Yeah, we passed by like very green areas, and I told Babe, I'm like, bro, this looks like Iceland. Like it literally, like if you look up Iceland and then you
the pictures, yeah,
and you compare it to where we were, it looks very similar. Obviously, we've never been to Iceland, so we can't say. I still want to go to Iceland just to compare it and be like, is this better or is this the same or similar?
Yeah, it's such an awesome idea. Imagine like you fly to Washington State and then you rent a car or something. We'd probably rent like a truck, and then you drive down
Tacoma,
to
or what
like,
is it?
Yeah, a little Tacoma. It's a little truck. And it can go anywhere, more storage.
But you're not going to need that much storage if you're flying from somewhere, because you're not going to want to take that many things on the plane.
Yeah, maybe just your luggage.
Yeah.
But imagine your luggage in a car. It's already the entire storage.
Yeah, but you don't need a lot because you're staying at hotels.
Yeah, it's true. You're staying at hotels. Like, you don't need food. You just need your clothes and
yourself.
Essentials.
Yeah.
So, yeah, imagine flying to Washington State, renting a vehicle, and then driving down through California to Wyoming, making it all the way down to, or maybe not down, maybe the other way. But anyway, and then you drop off the car and then you fly back from wherever you ended up.
Yeah, you could do a one-way.
Yeah.
So do a one-way, say you're going to Washington, and then wherever you end up, you fly out of there. So you don't even have to like do the whole circle. You just in a straight line and end up somewhere.
That'd be like the most efficient to see a bunch of spots. That'd be dope.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do it.
It's exciting. I'm down. Tomorrow?
Let's go. Can I quit my job?
Nope.
Well then no, we can't. Cause I gotta work.
Mother mouse. You gotta put on work, girl. Where's my bonus?
My bonus.
Where's my bonus, girl? Oh, check out my shirt. Picked it up at Santa Fe KOA. It's a really cool shirt. I try to pick up a shirt at every spot that had a little store.
There's only 2 that you got, right?
There was only 2 stores.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the other one from? Oh, Silverton, but because we went to a gas station.
Yeah. Went to a little gas station, which is like one of 2 gas stations in
it was a super cute gas station, you guys. I feel like we already fit in there. We were talking to them, you know.
Everyone was really nice. Yeah.
Except that Baloo tried to attack a kid in Silverton, so I was very embarrassed. I was like,
Baloo
let's go.
Did attempt to attack a little kid.
Yeah. I think that was the worst part of our trip.
Yeah. One of them, yeah.
One of them?
Yeah, one of them.
What was the other worst?
And we don't want to talk about it on here. We don't want to tell the people the tea.
What is it?
No, I don't know. Like driving.
Oh, well, yeah, but you already said you didn't enjoy the drive.
One of the worst, yeah, but it was a fucking little asshole.
Tried to attack a kid. He was not successful, and he is now being trained with a collar that vibrates. So we hope that this will correct him, and if that doesn't work, then he's going to boot camp.
That's right. Boot camp, boy.
I don't understand. We don't understand how he got this way.
No clue.
He was doing so good too. Like he was being a pretty good boy. Like I had even told you, I'm like, oh my god, Baloo's doing so good. He's the one that's like enjoying this the most, because he would like fall asleep on the road and like just not know about anything, and then he'd get up getting ready to go and like see everything, and then he would eat, and like he was just acting like he was in his house, just a traveling house, like the one that got accustomed to it all. But I guess he didn't forget his bad ways either.
Yeah, he was a really good traveler.
Yeah. And the other girls, Sammy, she just, and every once in a while she'd get like anxious, and she's older, so she was like not very comfortable. Like she would try to move from where she was sitting, and she couldn't really move because her bones, and she's too big. And then Rue, at the beginning, she was like, where the fuck are we going? Like she was like shaking and like worried. After a while she got used to it. She was just very like needy. She wanted mama, or she didn't like the location. Like there was a spot in the RV where you could like lay them down, but they would like move a lot, and she did not like that spot. She was like, I don't like this, and she would hear noises and she'd just be like looking. So I had to put her like in a very specific location, like in the middle of us, or I had to like lay her on me. It's the only way. But it was definitely, I told Babe, it's like traveling with humans, like a child, because Rue was very childlike. Like I would have to like hold her and like pay attention to her because she's so spoiled. And I feel like a human is going to be even more in an RV. I would most likely have to be, I would have had to be in the back for sure, because you can't have a kid in the front. So imagine just leaving you by yourself. That's with a human child.
I know.
Obviously, if we're in a car and pulling an RV, then the kid would be in the car with us. But yeah, it's like a whole thing.
Cranky. Are we there yet?
What if they're smaller? They're gonna be like, wah.
Oh, hell no.
No, I don't foresee us doing road trips with the kid. Yeah, we just fly there. Let's fly there, and it would be like short flights, because them babies be cranky. You never know, and I'm sure they're cranky because say they're getting on a plane and their freaking ears hurt. What can they do about it? They don't know how to pop their ears. Imagine, like, you're a baby and then you're like, why do my ears hurt? They're like, my ears hurt, but you don't understand them because you're just yelling. So yeah, fun things to look forward to if we become parents.
I'll just cry back at it.
But they're in pain.
Are they though?
Yes, if they're not on
they
airplane.
Don't just cry for no reason.
No. Something is wrong. That's how they communicate. They're trying to tell you something by crying.
What is it, boy?
But I think we have a good feel for it since we try to guess our dog's needs, and they really can't communicate. So I think we'll be better with the child.
Yeah. I think so too.
Eventually, they'll be able to communicate.
Pretty good training.
They'll be like, "Mom, hurt."
Mom, boo boo.
Mom, me duele. Puro español en esta casa, ¿eh? No quiero
sí,
oír
puro,
una palabra en inglés porque te...
Puro Spanish.
Spanglish. El español de Aarón. Van a hablar bien feo todo mucho.
Ay, pobrecitos.
Y luego voy a comprar libros para leerles en la noche así bien bonitos en español.
¿En español? Yo también los voy a leer.
Sí, para que aprendas.
Yo puedo leer en español.
Leer, sí.
Chido.
Leer, sí, pero hablar
leer,
no.
Hablar no.
No, porque sacas palabras de sabe dónde.
De la culo.
De allá, de los aliens world.
De la mamá de Tarzan.
Ajá. Bueno, you guys, well, that was our RV trip. If we're a little, like, down and not super excited, it's because we're really tired.
Really tired, yeah.
But we had a lot of fun.
It was fun. Definitely would recommend you travel with your puppies at least once. Like, I think it was really cool to see and experience.
Yeah. Or travel, take them somewhere near to your hometown. Like if you're in San Antonio, take them to New Braunfels, take them to South Padre, like take them to somewhere where, like if it's an Airbnb, you can leave them there for a little bit and then go do your thing and then come back and like still have them enjoy the location. And then you still enjoy everything about the place you're going to, but nearby. But definitely, I think if you have one dog and it's a tiny dog, I honestly feel like you could take that dog anywhere.
Right? Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah. It's just hard because we have 3 dogs.
Yeah, why do we have so many dogs?
Well, we got Rue because of Sammy.
No.
Well, okay,
it was for Baloo. You said Baloo needed a friend.
Yeah, but we also said Sammy was getting older. So we said that if something happened to Sammy, Baloo would have a friend already and he wouldn't be alone. Yeah. But 3 dogs is a lot. I think 2 dogs is a good number. Even 1 dog, I think, is a good number.
You would never have 1 dog.
But yeah, you guys. So I was very happy that I was able to give that to my Sammy, and I think she was very happy out out traveling.
Yeah,
like when she would get down.
I think so too.
She would be so happy. And she would be so tired at the end of the night, though. My poor baby. When we're in Silverton, I think Eagle Nest, at the end of the night, we took the kids for like a last like little walk outside. And she was like, I don't care. I'm not getting up.
Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, and it wasn't even that late, you guys. But she was like, I'm tired.
She just crashed out like hard. Like you would see her just out.
But it was cute because it was like, look, she's like tired. Like a little kid tired at night. But yeah, you guys, well, that is it for this podcast. Woo! Welcome back. We will see y'all on the next podcast. Maybe we'll be here. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Tune in to find out on the next episode or not. Subscribe, comment, like, and we'll see y'all next time. See ya. Ciao.